Where to find all of the answers to all of the questions that you may ever have for real estate wholesaling. Hey, what's going on everyone? Devin Knupp here, back at you with a brand new video. And today I'm gonna be helping you guys out in a way of being able to get you any of your questions that you've ever had answered for your real estate wholesaling business. And this just applies to life in general, and on top of that, with any business that you're trying to do, which basically all my advice is just general business advice for the most part, at least lately with this channel and everything. So here's the thing. If you're starting a real estate wholesaling business, you're going to need to be a very resourceful person. And you're going to have a lot of questions that you're going to run into in business. Whether it comes to something simple, like the best strategies to talking to people, or for sales or something like that, or how to manage people, how to hire people, different like little tactics and strategies, and researching different ways that different people get results and everything. And you're always gonna need to become better. You're always gonna have to improve on yourself, or else you'll end up like one of those companies, like let's use Toy Story for example, or why am I saying Toy Story? I mean Toys R Us. You'll be like Toys R Us for example. Like they went out of business because most of their stores were in store. They didn't really have too much of a online retailer, and Amazon basically completely deliberated them and them be able to generate income. And so the thing is you always have to adapt and learn new things. And so whether you're trying to close your first wholesale deal, or you're trying to close your 205th wholesale deal, you're always gonna have different questions that pop up. And so here are the different strategies that I personally have to find the answers to these questions. And so I think this should help you guys out a lot, because it took me a little bit to kind of master this craft, and I think a lot of you guys could actually really use this help, considering a lot of the questions that I get inside of my like Instagram DMs and stuff, or the comments I see on a lot of these videos. So my biggest recommendation, if you come up with a question, let's say for example, how to find the contracts for real estate wholesaling. So what I would do if I were in your shoes is, first of all, probably go on Google or YouTube and ask that question into Google or YouTube. Where to find the contracts for real estate wholesaling. If you type it into Google, you'll probably find a lot of websites that have contracts that you can use. And then if you have any questions about the contracts, you can Google questions about those contracts. Like BiggerPockets is a big resource for real estate wholesaling. Or if you go on YouTube, you'll probably find like one of my videos, or for example like the Flip Man. He made a lot of videos about his contracts personally. Both of us, we give out our contracts. Not too many people do that, but there are a couple of people that give out their contracts that people can use. And what you do is you watch the videos and figure out where to find the contracts. For example, mine, they're in the description of the videos. So there you go. You would find the answer. Let's say that none of those two options worked. You can't find it on Google, and you can't find it on YouTube. So here's what I would do next, is I would probably reach out to somebody that's a real estate wholesaler. And what I did when I was getting started was I would reach out to local wholesalers. That was one of the biggest problems I had, to be honest, was finding the contracts for real estate wholesaling. So what I did was I just asked different local wholesalers. And I eventually found someone that was able to send me a contract. And let's say that you can't find anyone that's a local wholesaler. What you can do is you can shoot a DM over to someone on, let's say like Instagram or Facebook or maybe Twitter. Not too many people in the wholesaling niche use Twitter, but send a message to multiple people. Don't just send it to one person. Don't send it to, let's say for example, send a DM to me, Max Maxwell, the Flip Man, and some of these people that have like an influence on YouTube. If you try to message someone with a bigger audience, honestly don't expect them to reply. Like I know here, like I'll just show you guys off the cuff real quick what my Instagram DMs look like. And I don't think I've ever actually showed this on my channel, but for example, let's see if I can show this. See if it focuses in right there. So as you can see right there, that's just the last 4 weeks too, and I replied to a lot of people's DMs that they send me, and I have 79 requests still waiting for me to answer them. And a lot of them are just questions that are super general that I really don't have the time of the day to answer. I get a lot of I have a lot of things that I have to do throughout the day. Try to reach out to people that are a little bit smaller, that are real estate wholesalers, but maybe they've closed only like one deal. Find those people. Find all these different people on these different platforms. Find someone with like maybe a smaller influence, but they've closed deals, and send them a message. The chances are, the lower of an audience they have built up, the more likely they are to reply to you. So what I would do is reach out to those people. And if you can't find an answer from from those people, then reach out to some other bigger influencers. And you can do a combination of both, maybe, or people with a bigger audience. Try the people that know their stuff 100%, you trust them and you have respect for that person, and then reach out to a couple other people that maybe you trust and respect, but doesn't have as big of an audience. And what this will allow you to do is find majority of your answers. This is going to be, that's going to be the strategy for majority of like little like tips and tricks, or like small thing questions that you have. Like contracts, I would put in that category. Like if you have a question like, what is a skip tracing company? Obviously just Google that. If you want to find the best skip tracing company, then look that up on YouTube or look that up on Google. Or like just little questions like that, if you kind of get the examples that I'm going for. Now, if you want to learn a skill, something along the lines of like how to be able to make more money, or be able to save more money, or be able to talk to people better, how to be able to build more rapport with people. If you have like these types of questions, then your two resources for this are find someone that's really good at that skill. Like if it's a skill-based thing that you're trying to look into, find someone that has that skill that you're looking for and research them. Find out if they've written a book. Look into them. See if they've written a book, and majority of people give out like everything inside of their book. So see if they have a book. If they have a YouTube channel, watch a lot of their videos, and don't really just kind of take their advice, kind of watch what they're doing. If you watch what someone's doing versus listening to what they have to say in a lot of content, you can actually usually learn a lot more on some skills. Now, obviously, if it's like something that you can't just like show in a video, if it's not like a personality trait, then obviously you're gonna have to probably listen to what they have to say in the video. But if you just study people, you can learn these skills through the act of studying and then implementing these skills, or purchase books and then apply what you learn inside the books, even if it's just like one thing. And that's what I do for some of the skills that I try to develop, and I just feel like it's a better resource for me to be able to read it or listen to an audiobook. And this is a strategy that I have for finding majority of the questions. One more thing that I wanted to add as well, if you can't find an answer for some sort of like tip or trick or skill, like let's say that you need to find a script for real estate wholesaling. This is a little bit different than finding the contracts, because the contracts aren't as big of a deal, but the scripts for real estate wholesaling. And this is just an example. Obviously there's other reasons why out there as well, but chances are none of these options are gonna work. What you're probably going to need to do is purchase somebody's course or mentoring program or something along those lines, or hire a mentor and figure out what some of these people that are making hundreds of, if not thousands of calls a day are using for their script. Can you find it from someone else that's just like getting started, maybe close a couple of deals and maybe they bought someone else's course? Yeah, you can probably reach out to them, but chances are pretty unlikely that they're gonna send it over to you. So that's one of those resources where you're probably gonna have to pay money to be able to find the resource. But all of these resources are out there and available. You just gotta learn what order you need to put in to be able to find the answers to all of your different questions. And here's the thing. Any question that you have, you can probably find it online, but spending money usually helps you find those questions a lot faster. So you really have to kind of debate, am I gonna waste a lot of time trying to find answers, or am I going to take the fast route, find all the answers, and then spend more time on taking action off of what someone tells me to do? And those are kind of like the two like split ways of finding the answers to everything that you need inside of your life, for growing your business, for getting better, whatever you're trying to develop inside of your life. This is my strategy to researching topics and questions that I have, because every day myself I have different questions that I have, and I run into different problems where I need an answer, and this is kind of the route that I go. So, and that's kind of basically the order of it as well. So that way, that's kind of like the most efficient way as well. I put the spending money kind of last if I can't find the answer very quickly, but if after like maybe 30, 45 minutes of digging, maybe an hour of digging, I can't find the answer, chances are I'll probably pay someone to tell me how to do it. But that didn't start happening until I started making a little bit of money, so that way I could reinvest that money back into growing things. Because I really did kind of never had fully like money at the start until I started making money from a sales job, and then reinvested that back into the business and being able to grow myself to being able to close my first deal. So anyways, hope you all enjoyed the video. If you haven't already, go check this video out. But like always, I'll see you all tomorrow. Peace.